Nippon Paint Flex 400 waterproofs concrete permanently and effectively from Nippon Paint.
The Bandaranaike Memorial International Conference Hall, the iconic installation that hosts the guests from around the world at wide range of events and occasions, celebrated its 50th anniversary today in a ceremony at its main conference and concert hall. President Ranil Wickremesinghe graced the occasion as the chief guest while Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena, former President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga, many parliamentarians, diplomats and security heads were also present.
And in that I find a lot of precedent in going back to the non-aligned movement and the Bandung Conference. We should now uphold Bandung principles, which again is repeated in the non-aligned movement. We should hold clear to it and steadfast to it, because it was the first gathering of Asia-African countries. It had China, it had Japan, it had Indonesia. So all those countries were Australia in this conference. So what we in Sri Lanka should do is to adhere to the Bandung principles and the Panchasila of the non-aligned movement. That is still valid for today. We have to realize that. Secondly, we also have to note of the new developments, and I have said that we will also support the ASEAN outlook on the Indo-Pacific. ASEAN plays an important role, and we must ensure that ASEAN is further strengthened in the coming decades. And the ASEAN outlook is one which also emphasizes the fact that while the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean are two different oceans, distinct oceans, but are interconnected. Now that is of value to us, because Indian Ocean, the geopolitics of the Indian Ocean is quite different from Asia Pacific. We haven't got the hub and spoke system of the Asia Pacific or the quasi-alliances that go on there. As far as we are concerned, we have been free of the great power rivalry so far. We should not allow that to come into the Indian Ocean. Already we have around the Horn of Africa a number of military bases. They came in when piracy was at its height, and as far as Sri Lanka is concerned, we are of the view that they should work with the African Union, which is responsible for the regional security of the African continent. So we have first the Bandung principles and the Panchasila. Secondly, the ASEAN outlook, especially the distinct nature of the two oceans. And therefore, when it comes to the Indian Ocean, to ensure that we are not involved in great power rivalry, we should go back to the Indian Ocean peace zone concept, that we should not have great power presence in the context of rivalry. So if you have these three principles, then Sri Lanka can certainly navigate its way through and work with all other countries in the Indo-Pacific, in the BRI, in the RCEP, to ensure that stability is maintained in the Indo-Pacific. So this is a journey in which this hall is a symbol. This hall is an institution. So we should carry out the concepts of which there's bipartisan agreement to ensure that Sri Lanka stays out of and opposes any attempt to bifurcate Asia, and we go along to ensure peace and stability in our region.
For more latest news, subscribe to FTTV.